Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Just Roll It Already. I am your main host, Daryl.
I'm your other host, Jeremiah.
Special guest, Michael.
And John, I'm back. So yeah, let's get this started.
All right, this is the Shop Talk. Everyone knows it. It says down on the descriptions. Today, we are doing the grand old time of, what is it, Jeremiah?
Comfortability.
Yes,
Comfort zones.
Our
Comfort
comfort zones as players. Also GMs.
That's a good point.
So we're going to have John describe it to you, we're going to have John talk a little more into it.
Okay, basically what we're trying to get at is a lot of players have issues with generally getting in character and then interacting with other characters, namely relationships with other characters, or maybe and it's just the way the other player perceives it, or they themselves perceive it. Even though they'd be put into a logical situation for their character, the players don't generally mesh that well. So it's a matter of comfort zone that the players are comfortable. This is just a character, and that's pretty much about it. But it's all about getting over your comfort zone. And if you can't get over a comfort zone, you might just want to have someone, just ask for a little respect, ask for a little space, just make it known.
So kind of like something that someone might find in character, something that's going on in character, but out of character they find is maybe too taboo for them.
Yes.
Yeah, for example, let's just say there are two girls in the group. One guy is married to one of them or dating one of them, and the other one's their friend. Everyone knows that they're together, blah, blah, blah. Maybe in character, this other girl, the one that is not dating this man, decides to, in character, hit on the guy. Well, let's just say this guy's not very comfortable, neither is his girlfriend.
Yeah, I very much expect the girl not in, the girl in the relationship to not be into that.
It's just mainly that comfortability of that's a level up. For example, one person might not be comfortable with the thought of doing evil acts in character or even a game master.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that she's intending to hit on him in real life. It's just that's the way it comes off.
I had a great anecdote for this. Was the person of dramatic backstory. I was in his game. I was playing I try to go for like a lecture kind of bard, like I go around, I prove around and have my way with women, have a good time. But I went to a brothel and they're like, oh, we have this orc girl, and she's like 12. And you said you wanted an orc girl. And now, even though in character my character is a womanizer and stuff, out of character I'm like,
you are not a pedo.
Yeah, I'm like, no. I went out of character and I saved this character. I'm like, I'm going to save her from this life in the brothel. Even though I was like chaotic neutral, I probably wouldn't be saving somebody from a life in a brothel. I mean, my character...
chaotic neutral. They
random.
Desire freedom.
Yeah.
They have their own weird, skewed sense of rules.
But generally, I kind of went out of character and saved this little girl from a life at a brothel, which I don't think my character would have.
So it's kind of like morals were just starting to grow in the character at that very moment.
I immediately got morals that I didn't have before. Like, oh, I have to save her. Like, that's like,
They just kind of spawned.
Yeah. I've never quite had that many times, other than the fact of our very big friend Rudy. Now, he played a character that turned out to be a woman once, and we all stared at him. No, Mike was the only one that wasn't part of that game. When he was playing a character that was a girl in your game, Jeremiah, and we could not look at him.
Yeah.
He did not play a woman.
Yeah, let's just put it this way. He was playing a woman, but the woman's name might as well have been Bob.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable, and none of us could look at him and think of a woman because we all turned at him and said, "You are now a man." It was a unanimous vote by a landslide.
This is Acrobat Rogue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's like, "You're now a man. I'm sorry, you've just earned your man title. There you go."
Because we were not comfortable with him doing that.
Yeah.
It was very uncomfortable, very unnerving.
Well, also, he is like the complete opposite of like woman. Like, if you're a very effeminate man, it might not be hard for you to, roleplay as a girl and be like, that's cool.
Well, was he just not trying at all, or?
Well, he wasn't trying at all. He
was playing the female character, but not putting any emphasis on it being female at all.
Yeah. He just said female, and then he just left it at that.
And then he acted normally.
It's like marking something down 99 cents and then just waiting for somebody to buy it.
He's huge. He's hairy, and he's
He's awkward around women. He doesn't know how they work. But then again, what kind of guy does know how they work?
I do.
No, you don't.
Me.
I know what makes them tick. I know how to make the ticking stop.
Yeah.
What now?
Yes.
Psychoanalysis of John.
No, actually, that's a quote from Oriana.
Yeah.
So.
Still, John's crazy.
I could be a woman on the inside, and you guys don't know. That's it.
Yeah, but if you are, you're a raging dyke.
Yeah.
I could be a Jeremiah on the inside, and I don't know.
Yeah, I might be a Jeremiah too, but no, that's not going to happen.
I have quite a broad comfort zone when it comes to the character creation because it's about branching off from yourself. Kind of, you're not making yourself as a character. You're making someone who's different, which could lead to a whole different slew of different characters, whether it be male or female. Evil or good. It's whatever it is at that point in time. I feel like I'm going to make.
And I just want to say on the note of comfort zone, real quick. Some people may be offended by my language, and I apologize in advance. So continue.
Daryl will take care of that. But
Daryl will take care of that.
I'll take care of it. I will just hold down the button as you're sitting there talking, just like. And then there was the time I took a rubber hose and.
And that's when the orphanage never let me back. But
Speaking of comfort zones,
no. What was it? I have another Dread Knight character. It was that racist kobold I played, the White Dragon Power kobold. Yes, heroes.
mongrels.
Yes, mongrels. Come and stay a while and listen.
Yes.
That character,
Racist Deckard King. kobold.
Belphegor Ivorywing. Yeah, he started out nice, but I just divulged into this racist little kobold, and I hated him. I wanted that character to die.
The giant white handlebar mustache,
Yeah.
had a white suit, and he was owning a plantation
He
somewhere in the south.
He was Colonel Sanders, and it made it so horrible. I really hate this. I wanted him to die. I was like, yes, kill me. Someone
Kind of my comfort zone of not playing the whole grotesque, the most horrible kind of person you ever been. I mean, I killed people in character.
You're in the last episode. We talked about
Yeah.
your one character.
Savante Pendragon.
There you go. Yeah,
Okay,
it's like-
that guy disturbed me. And I have to say, I don't know what I was thinking when I played him, but after that, I never went that dark. Come on, I roasted children and made people eat them.
Yeah,
I'll make a character that dark. That's
Well,
just
I
me.
don't know. It just for me, it kind of got really uncomfortable
Well,
it's
quickly.
comfort
if
zone.
if you go to the extreme, it might not be as comfortable because it's more comedic. Because it's so extreme.
Like
It's
the
comedic.
Goblins game. The
Yeah.
Goblins
Okay,
game.
yeah, we played the Goblins game. Incredibly bland and boring. Comfortable. All right.
We were eating dead goblins, even though we were goblins.
It was cannibalism.
It was cannibalism, but it was
was
funny
comedic.
because we were goblins.
It was a necessity.
It was a necessity. They got
was-
crushed by rocks and they died, so we had to eat them.
A
Not that
calculated-
we were hungry, but we had to eat them out of obligation.
You guys thought like goblins. You were goblins, so you
I was
pretended
pretty
you
evil
got.
goblin. I was trying to make Goblin Palpatine.
Yeah. Well, guess what? You died.
Yeah, I know. Rocks fell and I died.
I
Then
had-
you
I had to-
became Bushwhacker Bunny Basher.
Yeah,
I had
and he
a-
murdered small children.
I had to take the mantle on myself. I have to complete John's quest.
No, I had another example for comfort zones. I played a spirit shaman in a particular campaign, and I typically in a lot of campaigns I play the damage character, the mage or whatnot. But I decided I was going to go healing, but it wasn't going to be standardized healing. Stand there and heal the party, whatnot. So I created this total pacifist spirit shaman who walks around basically with a calming aura. And cuts off people's not just the enemy, but my allies' ability to naturally fight people. Because I would build it up so high that they would have to break through this will save, and it just wasn't happening for them. It got to the point where I had people throwing D20s at me and told me, "Get away from combat. Just don't even
you
be
were
here."
You are the pacifier.
you were uncomfortable not because of the character itself, but more out of how the system made your character. It made you uncomfortable with how you had it played.
The other players were uncomfortable.
Okay.
They were uncomfortable
yes.
because they weren't able to do the standard warrior barbarian type player can't just rush in and go, "I'm going to hit this guy."
I know those barbarians got a hell of a will save.
Yeah, but what you're saying is that overall, nobody was comfortable with the fact that you could stop everything dead in its tracks and then walk away.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
at that point, it feels like your character loses a lot of oomph.
I didn't
Yeah.
have to do as much healing.
Well, there's a lot of comfortability things that people mess with, and it's just finding that line and drawing it.
Sort of like a D&D campaign. Once, let's say you have a warrior, a fighter, a rogue, a cleric, and a sorcerer. At about level 15, the sorcerer is now the party because his fireball
Yeah.
makes everything. So the other three feel uncomfortable. They're just there now. It's like, well, the sorcerer's doing everything. What do we do?
What about a game master that makes everyone uncomfortable? Let's
You know, that's good.
Let's pull out a he who shall not be gamed kind of idea going on.
Isn't his
Yeah.
thing to make people feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, it is.
Pretty much
It's
how it
a-
goes. He's
yeah.
a prime example about how you do not do this to make people nobody's comfortable.
That's a great observation,
Because
by the way. Yes.
every single time everything is so dark, so brooding, so evil. Everything is dying, and you can't do anything to stop it. He has these untouchable guys that make you feel uncomfortable because you don't feel like you can break out in character from starters because he'll make fun of you about it. He'll beat you up on it. He'll push you around.
Is his theme music that he has in the background going, because it's so brooding?
Yeah.
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 Well, I recall a time where I recall a time where he'd play this character, and in his philosophy, he should be able to be anything. It doesn't matter what it is. That's his comfort zone.
He's so over arrogant that he thinks he can do anything.
Well, he designs a character that's not supposed to lead a party, but because he is so arrogant, he feels in the middle of a campaign setting, oh, I should just take over the party.
And it feels uncomfortable because his NPC is too powerful. And yeah, the dictation of it doesn't feel like you're playing a game. It feels like you're just having your hand held and toured through the underworld saying, welcome to the field of fire, everybody. Watch these souls burn.
Yeah, it's
now
like,
we're in
yeah.
the seventh circle of hell. Look at the ice flow.
We now
And to your left, you see the one and only snow cone stand.
which only the VIP has access to.
Well,
Only
the
Satan
character-
himself has access to.
Yeah.
The character, because he's not getting to do what he wants, which is take over the game, because his character he made it because he was going to do the whole ally kind of theme for once in his life, and it didn't just pan out. So he gets upset because he can't kill something by himself without help from anyone else. So he stands up, he takes his clipboard with his character sheet, and he launches it at the ground in front of everybody. That makes everyone else feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, out of character in person situations too.
Yeah, you're doing violent. It's like, whoa, buddy, we're trying to have a fun time, and now
Yeah.
you've just added hate into it. Now it's like, well,
A
thanks.
table flip.
Now it's a hate and D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a table flip game and everyone freaks out. And or even getting angry and start yelling, all the other players start getting very uncomfortable. Comfortability. Mr. Buttersworth. Now, Mr. Buttersworth, he makes me very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable because he's not the most easy person to be around based on his, let's call it an aura. His little aura he has.
Butter Troll aura?
Yeah, Butter Troll aura.
If you don't know what Butter Troll is, look it up. It's riffs.
It's
Anyway.
amazing. Anyways, that's
It's
Butter Troll's
disturbing, that's
hilarious.
what it is.
Anyway,
So,
I hate you,
yeah.
John, for ever making me look that up. I
Butter Troll.
Yeah, afterwards, I couldn't eat butter for like a month.
Hey, when you got a 300-pound nerd behind a computer sweating butter,
for some reason, I ate more butter.
viscous rancid butter. Yeah.
Take that, Animal Planet. Trolls do exist.
Though I was going to say, actually, that brings up a field of comfortability that I don't think we've addressed yet. And it's in the same vein of how you're uncomfortable with certain players. As the GM, when you're assembling your players, you have to take into consideration their social interactions. Like, there might be past history between players, and that could bring up really uncomfortable situations. For instance, I would take all three of you right now, and I'm going to GM a game, and I decided to bring Who Shall Not Be Gamed in. And I forget, oh, wait, you guys don't want to game with him.
Well, I'd
And
probably just
then I
throttle him.
walk.
I'd probably throttle him. Just-
Yeah, but would that not be uncomfortable?
Oh, it'd be so uncomfortable. I would either do one of two things. If it was here at my house, I would tell him to get out. If it was somewhere else, I'd say, I will see you guys later.
Yeah,
You just shout Fus
it would
Rodad at him and watch
it
him
would
fly over
ruin
a
it would ruin the whole
hedge.
entire atmosphere.
That's too easy. Besides, it doesn't work on him because his own emo-ness and his own broodiness weighs
Oh
him
God,
down so much.
He's Sky Goth.
Sky Goth. But no, like that was another thing that some people should address is like when you're assembling your players, make sure they all cohere. Like if you just did a bunch of wildebeest and one lion, it's like, well, you've made a horrible party because that lion will start eating. That's makes it very uncomfortable.
Yeah. If you invited He Who Shall Not Be Gamed to a party, I would then be I would have to refer to myself as He Who Shall Not Waste Time.
On the note of the GMs and their comfort zones, characters that cause a GM to be uncomfortable is extremely bad.
Yeah.
That hypersexualized Kasune that I was talking about, Pathfinder game, yeah, that's
Uncomfortable.
very uncomfortable.
All right. I think that will do it for this episode. If you have any questions for us or anything you want us to talk about, like, comment, and subscribe below, or you can email us directly at our Gmail account at justrollitalready@gmail.com. Have a good day, everybody.